There are a lot of different reasons that I believe the military is the single best thing you can do out of high school, but there are also several reasons that you just should not consider joining. And if these are things that are important to you, I want to make sure I highlight them so that you don't join the military for the wrong reasons and end up jaded. Reason number one is if you want to get rich in the military. Now, I know this might seem a little bit off-putting as I am labeled the military millionaire and I teach service members and vets how to build wealth and find financial freedom while serving in the military. So it's not that I'm saying don't join the military if you want to get rich, because you can't do it, because you absolutely can. I'm saying if that is the only thing that is motivating you, money, the military is going to be a miserable experience for you. There are a ton of great benefits. And I tell people all the time, yeah, you got free college, you got free medical, they take care of your family, the VA loan, and there's a lot of good financial benefits and stability as well as intangible traits that come with joining the military. But that being said, if you only join for the money, all of the intangible stuff that you have to deal with, the chaos, the other issues I'm going to talk about in this video will just wreak havoc on your life, and you will not be happy at all while serving. And contrary to popular belief, while I think that you should make some sacrifices for finances, spending 4 years being miserable in the name of getting rich is just dumb. There are a lot of other opportunities to get rich out there. So if money is the only motivator for joining, and you don't at least feel some level of patriotism, a call to a greater service, wanting the brotherhood, the adventure, the travel, or any of the other intangible things that come with joining the military and serving your country, I would just recommend you waive off on it, because it's not worth it if money and benefits are your only motivator. Another reason that I think the military shouldn't necessarily be considered for you is if your mental health is already in question. If you are somebody who plays the victim card or believes that you're just always in anxiety or depressed, or things happen to you instead of you having control of your life, and just every single emotional thing hits you like a ton of bricks, the military is going to be rough. It really is. And I'm not telling you that because it's a terrible experience, because I loved it, but I'm telling you, if people go from completely normal, mentally healthy to PTSD in combat, if you're already way off the X and in the red or yellow mentally, it's only going to magnify those issues. And so if you're looking for mental stability because you just lack it, this will do one of two things. It'll either make you more resilient and help you overcome all of that, or it will just completely break you. And you need to know which of those you're going to be, which type of person you are. You need to make that decision before you entertain the military, because if you're joining from a place of mental instability and you're not in a spot where you can handle, changes to your schedule and unexpected things coming up and things popping up and happening to you in life and things that are just out of your control, it will be a rough go. And I would just hate to put you in a position where you might be set up for failure in that regard. Number 3 here is a normal family life. And I know that you could say, well, hey, we got the reserves, but we're talking more about the active duty side. So if being close to family and never missing a birthday, never missing anything is like a absolute top priority for you, the military is going to be rough, because you are going to make those sacrifices. You will miss birthdays, anniversaries, Christmases, maybe the birth of your child, especially if there's combat or any kind of deployment coming up. For example, when my son was born, 2 weeks later, I had to go do a 6-week training in another state that was all the way across the country. I was stationed in Hawaii. I had to go to North Carolina. It's a big distance. And that was rough on my wife at the time. And my mom came out and helped, but I mean, that's a reality. And I have a lot of friends who missed the birth of a child or multiple children throughout deployments and their career. And so, that is not a normal family life. A normal family life in like normal, right? You get married, you stay together, you're never apart. Even like if you go back 1,000 years, it was like once you're together, you're together. And, those people stay together, they live together, they're there for all the events, family, birthdays, and everything. And so if family and being present for every single thing is huge for you, you need to come to terms with the fact that this is going to be different. You are going to miss events. You're going to be away from home. Even with friends, your life is going to be different. You're going to lose some of those friends from high school. Some of them will stay around, but like you're going to find this weird situation where you go on leave and you see 1 or 2 people when you used to have like 25, 30 friends, because you've just been gone and out of their life. And that's just what happens. And honestly, it'll be okay, because the military is going to be like your new brotherhood, your new service. Like people are going to really resonate with you. You're going to have new connections, new friends, new brothers, new sisters, all the stuff. But that normal home life is going to be rough if you're spend 4 years, 10 years, 20 years in the military. For example, I was in Japan. So I joined the Marine Corps in 2008, and then I came home over Christmas break And then I went to Japan for 2 years. And during that time, I think I came home once. In that time, I went to Afghanistan. Then I went to San Diego for 3 years, and I went home like twice during that time. Then I got stuck on recruiting duty for 3 years, and so I was able to go home a little bit more because I was in that area. Then I went to Hawaii, and I think I went home once or twice over that 3 years. Then I went back to Camp Pendleton, and I might have gone home once or twice during that 2 years. And so you go from 18 years living with your family to seeing them maybe 30 days a year at most, right? And that's a rough adjustment for some people. So depending on your priorities there, you just want to be aware of that. If stability is a absolute must for you, the military is going to be somewhat rough. And what I mean by that is you have no control over where you get stationed. I mean, you have a little bit of control, but not really. You don't really have any control over where you get stationed. You don't really have a lot of control over your day-to-day, what you're doing. You don't even really have any control over what clothes you're wearing. You're wearing the uniform you're told to do. You're going to be at the place you're told to be. Like, it is structured. There is a routine. It is very beneficial for a lot of people. But if you want the control over that, and you want like the same like groundhog life every day, the military is going to be rough because that's just not the way that we operate. You're going to live in San Diego, then you're going to live here, then you're going to live there, then you're going to do this, then you're going to have this boss. You might have toxic bosses, you might have great bosses, you might be up at 5:30 every day PTing, you might not PT at all, you might PT in the afternoon. You don't have a whole lot of control. And so if that control and stability is very important to you, it's going to be a bit of a difficult transition. Similarly, if having total control of your time and your schedule is important, it's going to be rough because Uncle Sam owns you. You know, and we joke about it, but at the end of the day, you work during the week. You might have duty on a weekend. You might have duty on a holiday. In fact, I almost guarantee if you're the new guy at a unit, you will have duty on a holiday. You're gonna miss things. You're gonna want to be somewhere and not be able to because of a training or something your boss said or PT, and you're gonna have to come to terms with what that looks like in your life and not being able to control that. And honestly, sometimes it's just gonna feel like absolute. You're gonna be sitting around on your hands. You're gonna be like, we're not doing anything anyway. I could be reading a book. I could be playing on my phone. I could be whatever. And they're gonna be like, no, don't sleep. Don't be on your phone. Sit there. Or go clean this thing, you know, go sweep some rocks, whatever, go sweep the parking lot. You know, there's a lot of things that come up and you just don't control it, right? And it's not necessarily bad. It's just, you know, if you want that control over all of your time and everything you do in life, the military just might not be the right move for you at this time. And that's okay. Now, look, if these things matter more than the mission and serving your nation, then you should probably walk away now. The military is not for everybody. That's totally fine. And you want to know what you're getting into. But if you're ready and willing to change, comfort for challenge, clarity for confusion, and average for extraordinary, the military might be a great home for you. And if that's the case and you're ready to hop in on one of the greatest adventures that you'll ever have and something that can absolutely change your life for the better, and you're willing to be a little bit uncomfortable for a few years in life, if that's you, then the military might be a launch pad for becoming the best version of you. Now, if you made it all the way to this video and you're still interested and you still think this might be for you, click right here and check out the video I released about 11 reasons to join the military in 2025 and hear the counter arguments for this, because I still believe the military is one of the absolute best things you can do out of high school. And also as a free bonus, if you scan this QR code, you can download a free copy of my book, The No BS Guide to Military Life.